Welcome back to News at Night. I'm Jacob Sports. Former Mets manager Mickey Callaway has been accused of making lewd comments to 5 different women while he was a part of 3 teams. These women told The Athletic that sometimes he was asking for nudes, sometimes he was just making rude comments. Callaway has also stated to The Athletic that he doesn't want to really make a full comment until his side of the story has been told. The MLB has been yet to make a comment on this matter. Let's jump over to the Super Bowl. We all know it's Super Bowl weekend, and there's going to be 25,000 tickets sold for this game. Out of those 25,000 tickets, 7,500 are going to be for frontline workers. I think that's great to see because it shows, look, we're saying thank you to these frontline workers who have been vaccinated for going above and beyond and keeping the community safe. There's also going to be 30,000 cardboard cutouts at the game, which is going to seem a little strange. Now, if you're looking to get a ticket in this one, for one ticket, it's $6,500 US. So I don't think, well, for one thing, we're in Canada, we can't even cross the border, but I don't think you're going to see as many of the super fans going to this game because it's going to be a lot more expensive than usual. Columbus head coach John Tortorella is excited to announce that Patrik Laine will be making his first start as a Columbus Blue Jacket. Laine comes into the Columbus Blue Jackets lineup looking to add a lot more scoring. He's only played 1 game this year, but in the 1 game he did have 2 goals, 1 assist, and out of those 2 goals he got the overtime winner. Laine's excited for the fresh start, although I think it's going to feel weird for him. This will be his first time he's ever played in the NHL and not for the Winnipeg Jets. Looks like DeAngelo will not play another game with the New York Rangers. The New York Rangers placed DeAngelo on waivers and no NHL team picked him up, which means he goes down to their taxi squad. However, the Rangers have made a statement saying DeAngelo will not see the ice again as a New York Ranger. This all started back at the beginning of the season during their home opener when DeAngelo and the coach got into a fight after he was benched for the rest of the game due to a bad penalty call. After that, he was scratched the next game, was brought back, but you could tell there was tension for the rest of the season so far. He had a huge argument at the end of their last game against the Pittsburgh Penguins, where him and Georgiev, the Rangers' backup goalie, had a bit of a miscommunication on the ice, and it turned out to be the game-winning goal. They had a huge fight on the ice and after the game in the locker room. That was the last straw for the Rangers, as the general manager has told us today. He will be traded at some point. It's looking like it's going to have to go some salary on the Rangers cap to get DeAngelo out, as he's 2 years, $9.5 million on his contract. Nathan MacKinnon has been listed day-to-day with an upper body injury. Nathan MacKinnon suffered this upper body injury last night in his game, and he had to leave the game early. We're all hoping and fingers crossed Nathan MacKinnon's injury doesn't last much more than a couple weeks, as he is a superstar for the Avalanche and the NHL itself. Over to some more positive news though. Shea Weber got to play his 1,000th career game last night in the 6-2 victory over Vancouver. Shea Weber was able to put in an assist in the 6-2 win, which was great to see. The Montreal Canadiens looked very strong, outshot Vancouver, great puck possession, and they really looked, as they really looked all season, like a Stanley Cup contender. Vancouver was a surprise for me. After winning their last 4 straight, they started to look on topic, and then they just lost the memo. They were really outplayed out there. They looked very lost. The top line wasn't producing. Their bottom 6 wasn't producing. Vancouver's really going to be looking to turn that around and try to think of the positives after their 4-game winning streak. I'd like to end the sports segment today with some more positive news about your Sioux Greyhounds. I know that we haven't had any OHL hockey, but I think the Greyhounds want to show that they're still thinking of the community. The Hounds have started a program presented by Bell, which is going to help interact with kids in the community, where there's going to be these worksheets over the next 9 weeks learning math, English, spelling, grammar. And it's going to be a fun way for these kids to learn, and I think it's important too for the Greyhounds to still show that they are part of this community. We still haven't had an OHL game this season, and we still haven't heard if or when we're even going to have one. We know there'll be no contact in the OHL, but that's about it. But that's it for sports. We'll have more news coming up right after this.